The next one, compassion. I want to make clear what compassion isn't. So it's not exactly empathy. Empathy is required in order to practice compassion. But empathy is simply feeling whatever somebody else is feeling. So if they're suffering, yeah, we'll feel that. If they're happy, we'll feel that. If they're whatever, we'll feel that. And if somebody's suffering, we can just end up crying along with them. And that's not fully practicing compassion. So with compassion, yes, we feel with. That literally is how you could define compassion. But it's more than that. It's also making sure that I'm not just, totally sunk into the feeling with them, but I'm determined to do what I can to remove the suffering and replace it with happiness. So that's a difference with compassion. I noticed this as a psychotherapist, that it was really important for me to have one foot in the water with them and one foot on shore. Because if I just plopped into the water with them, we'd both be reaching for the Kleenex, and that's not really helpful. But there's this strong desire to be of benefit, this altruistic intent that is behind compassion. So that's a big difference. And again, in practicing it the way we do in the four immeasurables context, we practice equanimity at the same time. As I said, it's true of all of them, because we don't want to feel compassion only with those we can easily feel that for. We want to feel compassion for all beings, all and everyone. That is an essential quality of the great ocean, the great source of all, as is loving kindness. So we're tapping into the root, right, when we practice in this way. We don't just feel these passing feelings, but rather in this training, we tap into the source of all that is. It has various qualities. It's aware, it's all loving, it's all compassionate, and it's all powerful as well, because it's pure potential that then gives birth to everything. And it's that power that moves the waves that's coming from deep underneath. So these are 4 ways in to tap into that. And I think that's one reason why it feels so satisfying and delicious and sort of soul-feeding to do these practices. I think that's one reason why we keep coming back again and again. So again, we're making sure that we start priming the pump with loving kindness or compassion for ourselves, and then step it out to those we easily feel it for, and then those who maybe we don't even kind of think about it too much. There's a bit of indifference going on there. And we know indifference is one of the 3 poisons. So this is a wonderful antidote for that. And we extend it on and on until it's all and everyone. And eventually, as we train in this, we include what Pema Chodron likes to refer to as troublemakers in our lives. Those who get in our way and make it difficult and frankly cause us suffering. And we have to begin with ourselves. So I don't know how we can have a basis for stepping this out to everyone else if we can't have loving kindness, affection, and compassion for ourselves. And yet in Western society, something about our culture causes this to be really difficult for a lot of us. And even if we can manage a little bit, it isn't really full. And yet we too are waves on the ocean, right? And we are made of ocean. So any sense of unworthiness is some kind of surface cultural thing. It's not the truth of what we are. And it's also blocking the flow of compassion to this wave. So it's an important practice for ourselves. And it's important not only for ourselves, but so that we can bring it out to others. And eventually, when we step off the cushion, we can act from strong, deep compassion because we've developed that capacity for ourselves and for all beings. So that's a bit of an introduction to compassion.